All right, welcome to another fight night with the Space Luchador. And today I got for you a fight night special. um, Power slap. Now it's gonna be a quick video. I don't want to make it too long, like I always say, right? Um, it's not gonna work. Now, despite what happened, right? The whole incident of Dana White slapping his wife slapping him, then he slapping her, and then that's my point. So my point is that, and I'll give you three examples, right? One, like I said in the other video, right? Dana is one and the same with Vince McMahon, right? And by that I don't mean that the same person. No, they are both the exact same thing, and by that I mean a promoter. Okay, they promote events in arenas, right? Of professional wrestling. It's the same thing. UFC and pro wrestling, yeah, the WWE, same thing. They just don't know how to do it anymore, right? Now, here's the first example, right? Vince McMahon was a good promoter. He was not a good wrestling promoter. That is different. The wrestlers did what they do best. That's what put them on the map and made them the legendary Attitude Era. It's that simple, right? Then he promoted all this other crap and thought he was bigger than the sport. Vince, I mean. Then what did he do? Right? He wanted to do his XFL, which was football, because he thought he was that damn good of a promoter. Well, guess what? It bombed, meaning it sucked, right? Dana White, same thing. UFC's a great promoter and fight maker and all that, right? The fighters make the fight. But because the fighters don't know what professional wrestling is either, right? They haven't been able to take that step. But we're not talking about that today. Now, here we got fast forward Dana White trying to do, right, his own XFL version. And here we go, power slap. Now I'm gonna give you example three, right? Um, this white ain't gonna work. Same reason Vince McMahon did not uh, succeed with his XFL because he was a wrestling promoter. What made him and put his ass on the map was wrestling, and he didn't care about wrestling, which is why his dumbass did not work. Right, XFL didn't work. My point. Right. So here we go. Perfect example.
Are any of you slap fight fans? Would you leave me a comment if you are? I'm going to suspect when I go to the comments, it's going to be no. I don't think that, because slap fight people aren't my kind of people. And that's okay. I'm not putting you down, but you know what I mean by that? Like a certain kinds of people, like a guy that goes to the pet store and he comes home with a snake. And then he wears the snake like it's a scarf. No problem. You haven't done anything wrong. You're not my kind of guy.
Perfect example. There you go. Man, I like Uncle Chill. Kind of reminds me of me. Maybe that's why I like him. A perfect example, right? Like you go to the pet store, you buy the damn snake, and you put him. The snake as a damn scarf, meaning you don't know what the hell you're doing. That's the example. But you ain't that type of guy, right? Yeah, you ain't my type of guy. Meaning you ain't gonna hang with you. All right. But anyways, he's gonna make a good point.
The guy that goes and gets a pet tarantula and then catches mice and likes to watch his tarantula devour the mice and then tell everybody, well, it's about the food chain and he's got to eat some. Nope, but you're not my kind of guy. Slap fighting, first off, is not fighting.
That's all you need to hear. Slap fighting is not fighting. All right. Now I'm gonna give this example to my example of video games. Right. It used to be back in the day when video games were good. You would actually go in the game and play an actual game. You would play the game. At some point, this sorry ass excuse of a game called RPGs. Right now, I know they're popular. I know, but you ain't that type. You ain't my type of gamer. Put it that way, right? A sorry ass RPG is a turn-based game. Now, I never gravitated toward these games because whether the story is there or not, I'm not gonna sit in the screen and wait for my turn to hit and take a hit. Watch little numbers come out of my head as I take a dumbass hit because I'm standing there, right, like a boner, right? Only to end up with blue balls because I didn't really play a game. So there you go. That's my example to the tarantula. So, anyways, the point is clear, right? It ain't fighting. Hell, I don't really see the competition. The actual competition. I mean, it's not even slap competition. It's more of can you not get knocked the hell out? Right? Can you take a bitch slap and somehow your little chin, right, don't give in and you're out? But I want to. Chael probably gonna have a good example, just like I did. Let's see.
People don't slap in a fight. It's an oxymoron.
Oh, that's it went right over my head. See, I fall victim sometimes too. It's true. Right? You don't slap in a real. Well, Nate does, right? But that's like that's a disrespect thing. That's a whole nother thing, right? That's not here or there.
Is a jumbo shrimp. You cannot have such a thing as a slap fight. Just clear that up.
Yeah.
Mixed martial arts and/or boxing. Generally, when people go to fight, they do it fisticuffs. They're going to box. Now, you might run into a wrestler on the street that's going to double cross you. He's never going to hit you once because it's not what he does, but he's going to take you down and control you and make you feel like a fool. Point.
Perfect example. Yeah.
Or you go to
get choked the hell out or dropped on your head and you're done. So there you go.
The highest line, which is, hey, two guys unarmed, let's see what happens, and that's what MMA is. So you can carry that over to the ultimate form of argument. People say fighting doesn't solve anything. Fighting solves everything.
Quite literally, yeah. It does. Because there must be a winner. And if you do it legit, right, there's a certain respect. It's like, hey, you won, you beat the shit out of me. There was absolutely nothing I could. You were the better man. You extend your little hand, you handshake them, and you walk away and train to fight another day. Get better. So, yeah, correct once again.
You're just a dum-dum if you have to get to it. If you couldn't verbally get yourself out of a situation and you had to resort to it, but make no mistake, slaps are not done in a fight.
There you go.
Standing there letting somebody slap you is not done in a fight.
As a matter of fact, it's the complete opposite of what you do in a fight.
If you are part of a sport that does not require training through
that's another thing. Yep.
Somebody with a specialty done in something known as a gym, you're not doing sport. You're in an activity. I met a lot of people in my time on this earth. I have never met a slap fighter.
Well, now I'm just laughing here, but let me take you to Exhibit A. Here's the press conference, right, of Power Slap, the new Dana White venture, right? Check it out. They have a good promo too. Look at this.
Welcome to Power Slap from the fight capital of the.
Let me rewind that. Am I the only one that heard that? Or is that the only thing on my mind? Right, comment down below.
Welcome to Power Slap
there you
from
go.
the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas, Nevada.
This sport that we're about to be in, it will be up there with boxing. It'll be up there with karate.
To be up there with boxing, yeah, really?
And I'll be able to be a pioneer within this sport.
I've been through a lot in my life, growing up on the streets, so I deal with whatever comes. there ain't gonna be no chance of me quitting.
I was brought up in a quite rough area, so yeah, I've had to look after myself a few times. I think that will help in the competition.
I just grew up tough. We had nothing. You know, so I want somebody that thinks they have something to come feel all this rage and all this pain in this hand, because I will put it in their face.
I came out here to do one job and one job only, and that's to put on a show.
I don't feel like any human could sustain an unobstructed shot from me. I heard
There's so many things wrong with this. Apart all the stuff that Uncle Chael said, right? But there's so many things wrong with this, right?
People, that's what I do.
I'm gonna give you the obvious though. You saw the stare down there with Dana, right? That's done in the UFC, and there's a certain value to it, right? To the stare down. But to do the exact same stare down for the power slap, it only brings down the UFC. It doesn't elevate power slap. Doesn't work. Because, and I'll give you the straight up answer because I want to make the video too damn long. But if you're already giving us the UFC, which is literally the top of the line in fighting, why would you water it down to a bitch slap competition? Right? You're doing all the UFC. You're promoting the exact same way as UFC. All right, cage fighting, MMA, all that stuff we like. Which even that sometimes can somehow get boring into people getting bitch slapped. And you've seen one knockdown, you've seen them all. And it's endless footage on the internet that you can find, right, of the exact same activity. Right? Just as Uncle Chael said. That's why it's not going to work.
Nobody touch me. I'm untouchable, baby. You gonna remember my name.
This is where we're going to separate the men from the boys.
The hardest hitters, a lot of trash talking, a lot of energy from start to finish. Sky is the limit for power slap.
I don't care who you are or what you're about. Dude, you better watch out.
Hit me with you.
Came up with a whole damn theme song, too. This thing is a shit show. You see it a mile away. Uncle Chael sees it. There you go. Like, I'll see the first episode, right? But you just got spoiled. That's it. People can knock their heads knocked the hell across the damn room. Right? That's it. I'll ask this question to you. Homework. At what point do you think this will get boring? How many times can you see somebody getting bitch slapped, take it, or knock the hell out before you go, well, kind of seen this, like, oh, you're going to look forward to there ain't no real competition other than, can you take a shot? And can you survive getting knocked the hell out? Right? That's it. And there's supposed to be a championship on top of this. It's going to be a title. So that brings championship down too. I know you're trying to make it. And this is amazing. And again, this goes to Chael here, who thinks like me. Let's see.
I've met plenty of people on my time on this earth. I've never met somebody that's told me what they do for a living is they coach or train slap fighting.
There you go. Another perfect analyzation, right? How do you train for this? Like, seriously, how do you train other than trying to do a harder bitch slap, right? Bitch slapping pads and stuff like that. But how do you train for the inedible, right? Like, how do you train to not get knocked the hell out, right? Of course, Dana comes out and says there is some technique to it. You roll with the bitch slap. Only under one of the rules is you can't roll. So you see it's ludicrous. This is amazing, right? It really is. I don't know what the hell. That's what happens when you have enough money that, or his ego. I don't know what it is. I don't know what, but same thing. It's like no one told Vince don't do XFL. They said, "Oh well, he's a mastermind. He can do it. If anybody can." Well, it turns out he could not, and he tried it not once but twice, and both times failed. Like, cause he can barely do professional wrestling, just like Dana can barely do UFC. They still don't have the grasp. Right? Vince had it once, but he didn't know what he had. Professional wrestling. What it really is about. Dana gets it. I mean, Chael gets it.
Because there's no such thing. And it's very weird. And to my example earlier of, yes, we have boxing, or you have MMA, or you run into the wrestler, just in case on the street you've proved some point. You've proved nothing. You could lose a slap fight and whip the hell out of that person. One had nothing to do with the other. You guys might as well have done pull-ups and then decided.
Another, there you go.
That's who's tougher. Or you could thumb wrestle and decide that's who's tough. One has nothing to do with the other. There is nothing about that has anything to do with the streets. And if you were training yourself to stand perfectly still while a target hits you in the face, you aren't very good at fighting.
Exactly. You would be a dumbass. That's what this should have been called, man. Oh my god! But but again, who's worse? The guy doing the competition, like a pie eating contest, right? Who the hell can stuff their face with enough pie, right, before they pass the hell out, choke out, right, or throw all that shit out because they threw up? Right? Last man standing. He's the one that had the biggest, right, appetite as the winner. Right? That's what this is. It literally is. There ain't no, I mean, there might be a technique, I guess, in there, right? There's some sort of technique, right? Somehow he chewed bubble gums for 20 years and that made his job. It might be. But there ain't no real competition. This is an RPG video game, right? Only you ain't playing it. You're waiting your damn turn to get the little numbers, right, coming out. You 3 points. You're down to 2 points. You're out. Are we gonna get Joe Rogan on here, right? Is he gonna be in there? He's out. He's out. He's out. Right? Like, this is amazing. It really is. And
if you happen to be the one that falls down or gets knocked out or loses in a slap fight, you've now really shown one thing, which is you are not very good at fighting.
Or you got a, what is that called? A crystal chin, right?
If you want to stand on the soles of your feet in front of an unmoving target, wind up and crack them as hard as you can without any kind of protection to your hand, you are not very good at fighting. And if you're the kind of guy that watches slap fighting, and you're the kind of guy that looks forward to watch, because I've seen it too, but I don't watch it.
Yeah, this is what I was trying to explain. Like, I've seen a video here and there, right? I have. But I don't look forward to the next bitch slapping video. Like, it's just like, whoa, I kind of saw that already, right? That's it. Now you can expect me to pay for this shit. I barely pay for UFC. Anyways, you didn't hear that, right?
I don't know if that qualifies. Like, it pops up on TikTok, or it comes across some thread against my will.
Yep, that's how it happened. Yeah, YouTube was bold enough to suggest somehow. YouTube thought that I wanted to see a bitch slap video.
I haven't gone and sought out, and I see it. That's a little bit different than somebody that looks forward to it. Oh, a slap fighting match is coming up. Oh, I'm a tough guy. I like tough guy sports. And I just saw it with these two gals. They look perfectly nice. They look like they had no beef with each other.
Yep.
And they're up there slapping. Why would you ever let an opponent hit you? How do you ever not bring a hand up? How do you not do the pull? How do you not slip underneath?
How do you not duck?
Where's the honor in that? It makes no kind of sense. And I'm okay with weird activities. People jump out of airplanes. People ride bulls and act like they achieve something.
Yeah.
People do weird stuff all the time.
All the time.
I'm not against that.
2 girls, 1 cup.
I'm
But
against
anyways,
them
you didn't
using
hear
the
that
name of
either.
our sport, fighting. You gotta call it something else. We're having a slap match. We're having a slap contest. We're having a slap fest. We're having a slap off. We're slapping. Don't put the word fight.
Yeah. Don't use it.
Fighters have earned.
Oh, that's enough about shitting on Power Slap. Let's go to what I want you to see. Of
Here's to the
course,
healthy
the video was
heroes,
gonna get botched
the
by a
gluten-free
damn commercial.
gladiators, the plant-based pioneers.
All right. Look at Dana. See the crowd? That's right. There's something wrong. You see something wrong? There is no crowd.
What's up, guys?
Oh,
Thanks
man.
for coming today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
So this all started for me back in 2017. I started seeing some of these slap videos on social media, and I started to do some research on some of the companies and some of the promoters that were involved in it. And
Now here's the first sign, right? I'm gonna spoil it for you, right? The whole thing here. But the first sign is this: if you really believe in something, you take your own money and your own power and make it happen. You don't go out and find people with their money and their power and bring them on board to do this. That's sign number 1. Right? That
you know, I was
that ain't
first of
gonna
all, I was
work.
blown away by the numbers. I mean, some of these have like 300 million views. So I started thinking, you know, obviously this thing really works.
Sign number 2. If you have to explain how you came up with this crazy ass idea, it ain't gonna work.
For social media, but I thought it would be good for television too if done the right way. So I reached out to my guys, Frank and Lorenzo, told them
There you go.
my idea and that I was interested in it, and then reached out to Craig Pelagian, who's been our partner in television now for years.
There you go.
And they were both in. They liked the idea.
Here's the problem. Problem is what happens with everybody. Once you become successful, right? When you're not successful, you get the nose. You actually get no's and people telling you you're a dumbass. At some point, when you become successful enough, nobody says no and nobody calls you a dumbass because they want something from you. That's why. Right? Now that you're successful, you got your own things. Well, why the hell would anybody say, Dana, I need to sit your ass down and tell you you're a complete dumbass if you think power slap fighting is going to work. Stick to ultimate fighting. All right? You're doing that. All right. Don't fix something not broken, right? Why are you trying to sell me this watered down crap when you have the ultimate fighting? So that's another thing. Don't do side shit that clearly is shittier than what you have successful.
Wanted to get involved.
And ironically, it's kind of what happened to Andrew Tate, right? He was doing something it says, and then he did extra shit to ruin it, or vice versa. But the point is, right? He did other stuff. If he was already successful in one thing, why venture into this, which eventually brought down this shit? Which is kind of what he's doing, and I'm just showing you the matrix. That's all, the code. Think outside the box. Observe the man's point of view, and you'll be able to see and catch all this shit that I'm talking about. That's why I do these videos, right? The man's point of view. Right? But there it is.
So then we set out to get it regulated. You know how we feel about this kind of stuff. We like, you know, for this thing to be a real sport, it needs to be.
This thing to be a real sport, we're going to add all this technical tape on it, right? Have a bunch of damn people, right? make it serious, right? You got commission, you got the doctor, blood pressure. Is he ready to go, right? In case this fucker takes it too hard, and we might just be able to bring his ass back to life, right? Let's get the insurance in. Now let's make it legit.
Regulated by the
It
Athletic
just
Commission. And the most
problem
important
is
thing to us with everything
it's not fighting.
is always the health and safety. And
What did
I'm
I
sure
say?
many of you saw it was regulated a few weeks ago by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. So now that we got Nevada, we'll go around and start trying to open up other states, other territories. And let me just throw this out here real quick. Thank you to the Nevada State Athletic Commission, and especially Chairman Klubeck and the governor of Nevada.
There's gonna be rankings. um, the testing pool, USADA, right?
Just a lot. Thank all you.
Yeah,
all your
you
hard
want
work that
to
you
do.
guys
There's
put
gonna
into
be
it. But thanks to
weigh-ins.
them now, there's official weight classes, there's
There it is.
rules, rankings, and extensive medical testing. Yeah, no, I'm really into this. I like it, and I
See, he's into it and he likes it, but like Uncle Chael said, you're not my kind of guy. So, anyway, going with that, I mean, you don't really need to see all the extra stuff. You can look it up yourself.
yeah,
Here we have the same old tired down UFC news reporter dudes, the same ones, right? Asking the same dumbass questions of just basic stuff. You should have said, I mean, I would have said, if I was there, I would have said, Dana, do you really think, like, why? You're already successful, you know? Why would you think that this is a good, like, what the hell were you smoking, right? Or fast forward, give him let's say, how much is it going to cost? Like, you know what I mean? What numbers are we talking about? Convince me, right, Dana? Because I ain't seen it, you know? But anyways, we'll end with that. I mean, unless you want to hear dumbass
right now what's happening is
questions.
you know, we're finding out people who have experience and people that have actually.
Oh yeah, that's
look
what they were
at our
interested. How do you do the
reputation when it
casting?
comes-
And first of all, he called it a casting.
But really
So
what-
right there, that's another red flag. Don't ever call any sport a casting. Right? As soon as they did that dumbass shit with wrestling, it all went down to shit.
What this show
Another perfect example.
is it's going to do is it's going to rank these guys. We're going to come out of this 8-episode series with world rankings.
Oh, now he's got a deal. Right? That's another thing. So now it's a season thing. What else did they add? Oh, something else in there. Oh, he comes out and he said that.
Here and
what was
we want to take this thing global like we did the UFC.
That's another thing. You're gonna take this and try to fill in arenas. Like I don't see it. I don't see it. Right? It's like you don't think about it. Just sit down and think about it. First of all, the name alone, right? Because there's a rule in professional wrestling. It's the name test, right? The name test, right? Here we go. The UFC Championship belt, right? Ultimate Fighting Championship. Passes the name test. Power slap. PSC. Power slap championship. Don't pass the name test. It doesn't pass. So there you go. The same thing, right? Now here's the other thing, right? Which is kind of not really, right? Well, kind of a little bit, right? In the UFC, you got good names, right? Ariel Adesanya, right? The last airbender, right? Whatever the hell, right? Against the axe murderer, right? Anderson Silva, right? Some shit like that. Passes the name test. Now, John from North Carolina versus Steve over from Long Beach, California. It don't pass the name test in the Power Slap Championship event. Don't pass the name test. So there you go. We'll end with that. I don't think you really need to hear everything. And he don't look confident either. He knows he's in a shit show. He's neck deep. So at this point, he's gonna have to go all the way and hope that it's somehow works or it can quietly go away like the XFL. All right. But there you go. We'll end with Uncle Chael here.
Earned that right. The sport of fighting has been met with resistance by every level that you could have, from city, state to government.
Yep.
And still overcome.
Yep.
People have struggled. People have studied. People have earned the right to be either a fight fan or to be a fighter or to be in the fight industry or to be a fight trainer.
See how it always goes to what I'm talking about, right? My whole channel is literally about that, right? You earn this. You earn the championship. You earn the women. It's all connected. I've been saying it all along, right? This is what the Matrix is all about. You have to earn it. You can't buy it, right? They can't just give it to you, right? You don't deserve it. You have to earn it. There it is. Same thing. Fighting, belts, championship, movies. You gotta earn my damn ticket, my money to buy this ticket to sit my ass down and watch your movie. You have to give me something. I earn my money. Same thing. Everything. Literally. There's your answer. Hard to do, but you can do it. So anyway, we went with that. That's Fight Night with Space Luchador. Power Slap Championship. What do you think about it? Comment down below if you even care, right? XFL, remember that? There you go. Never say never though. Nowadays, right? 2023. I just might be shocked. But anyways, well with that, like, subscribe, share. That helps me a lot. You subscribe especially. And yeah. I'll see you on the next fight night here at the Man's Point of View.